So today we are going to be discussing about variables, loops, conditions, and data types. Data types, whatever the data types we have, that we go with the variables combination. Then we will go with the loops and conditions. So one by one we will see. So first of all, variables. Variables. So variables are going to be creating in JavaScript. Variables are creating using with the var keyword. Var keyword. So var keyword is very important to create a variable where x is equal to 10, where y is equal to 10.5, and where name is equal to Srinivas, something like this, and where name is equal to something like Radha. Okay, so where is graduated is equal to true or false, some boolean variable we can create, and where fruits or UITS, fruits is equal to something like array. Array is nothing but a combination of values. So one is a apple, one is a banana, and one is the orange, something like this. And one more is object type where emp info is equal to something like object is going to be having curly braces open, curly braces close, something like emp name colon something like Srinivas, and emp qualification something like emp qualification colon string data mca, and emp salary, emp underscore salary is something like a 1.50,000. So these are the different kind of things we are going to be discussing in part of the variables. There are multiple kind of variables, something like integer kind of variables, floating kind of variables, string data which is going to be having single quotes and double quotes, and is graduated, this is the boolean value, and the fruits is array, and employee info, this is an object type. So these are the multiple kind of data types which are going to be available in the JavaScript. And first of all, whenever you want to create variables, we need to follow some rules and regulations. What are the different kind of rules in variables? The first rule is variables not starting with a number. Variables should not start with the number, and variables not having, or variable name, whatever it is, variable name should not have any special character, without underscore. Underscore is basically important. And without underscore, no other special character is going to be available in the variable name, and the variable name should not have spaces. And one more point, fourth point, variable name should not be a JavaScript keyword. It should not be any JavaScript keyword in the variables. So these are the multiple kind of rules we need to follow compulsory whenever you are going to be declaring some variable inside the JavaScript. Let me try to create one simple example about the variables, and let me save the content inside this, and let me create a new folder. This folder will be 112, sorry. So inside the 112, I'm going to be having the nodes should be like this, and let me have the program. Program is about variables dot html. Okay, let me write a script now. This is the where a is equal to 10. Variable name should not a number. Variable name should be something like a character, or should be something like a character set. It's like a string. So where Let me print this one. Document dot write a is a, comma a. So a is going to be printing. Semicolon is optional in variables. Semicolon optional in the JavaScript, basically, not variables. Semicolon is optional in the JavaScript. You are giving semicolon, not a problem. You're not giving semicolon, not a problem. And where b is equal to something like 10.5. And how to print this one? Document dot write b is something like comma b. This is the floating type data, where name is equal to, I can give single quote or I can give double quotes. Document dot write something like a name is comma name, and where name one is equal to, we give the double quotes. Now I'm going to be giving the three, and document dot write, and this is the name one is, and comma name one. Name is going to be printing and name one is also going to be printing. Name is going to be printing and the name one is also going to be printing. At the same time, I can able to go with the different kind of data, like Boolean type data, where is graduated is equal to true. I want to print this. Document dot write is graduated or not, okay, is graduated. So just give the comma and got the variable name is graduated. And every time I need to take a break, so that is the reason I'm taking a break now. So document dot write break, so br, every time break required, just copy that, paste here, and I just want to have the array now. Fruits, fruits is equal to, this could be array, and let me give the apple, banana, okay, orange. This is fruits, and the same thing, fruits are document or write fruits, fruits, and document or write. Next, where enp info is equal to object. Now this time object declaration is curly braces open, curly braces close, and something like emp name, something like Srinivas, comma, emp qualification is going to be something like mca. This is the object now, and I want to give something like emp salary. So most of the time a key should be something like string, and object can be anything. Employee salary, this will be number now, so 1,20,000. Okay, so let me try to execute this variables now. So open in default browser. So we will be having a lot of variables got printed, and let's check it out. What is the first one? A is integer, A is 10, B is floating type 10.5, and the name is equal to Srinivas, something like that. Name is Radhasri, that is okay, and is graduated true, and fruits apple, banana, orange. But I'm not printing the object now. I'm printing the object also. Document dot write emp info is emp info. Let's just print emp info is emp info. And finally, we got print object also. Emp info is basically object. It is going to be showing on top of document as object level, like this, object. This is what actually about variables. And data types. These are the multiple kind of data types we have. These are the different kind of variables we are going to be storing. But remember one thing, in JavaScript, variables are going to be creating with the var keyword. Var is a global keyword. In other programming languages, most probably we will be having the int, float, char, all these things, and string like this. But in JavaScript, we don't have like this. We don't have any data type we need to mention. Every data is going to be storing in the where keyword. Where is the very important keyword we need to remember to create a JavaScript variables. And we will be having lot of JavaScript variables over there. The first one is where a is equal to 10. This is the numerical type, number type, numerical, number, and same time integer. And this is also number at the same time. This is also number, same time float. Number, which is going to be a float type. And this will be a string. This will be a string. And again, this is a string. And here this is the Boolean. And this is the array type. And this is the object type. This is object type. So we have multiple kind of data types. We have next. I want to go with the next concept. That concept is going to be variables. Variables already done. The next concept is about loops. Then we will move to the conditions. So what are the different kind of loops we have in JavaScript? There are multiple kind of loops in JavaScript. We don't. This is not required. Loops. What are the different kind of loops in JavaScript? The one is the while loop. The one is the do while. One is the for loop. One is the for in. In ES5, we have different kind of loops. One is a while loop, do while, for loop, for in. How while loop is going to be working? First of all, we need to understand what is loops. Loops are iterators. Loops are iterators. Loops are iterators. Loops iterating some situation multiple times. Loops iterating some situation multiple times. So there are multiple kind of loops. One is a while loop, one is a do while, one is a for loop, one is a for in. So how while loop syntax will be? First we will write a while loop. First of all initialization. Then while condition, and loop and statement, whatever you want statement you can write here, and increment or decrement. This is while loop. For example, I will write one example there in the program, but now we are discussing about the syntax. Do while. Then how do while will be? Do while is very simple, straightforward. First do the statements whatever you want. Before that initialization is important, init is important, and after that do whatever the statements you want, and increment or decrement. At the time ending this particular block, we are going to be checking the while. Then we are going to be checking the condition. Semicolon mandatory. This is the do while loop. First one is the while loop. This is the do while loop. So these loops and conditions and all these things are actually coming from C language. If you know C programming very well, and JavaScript is basically familiar with the C language. Okay, so this is a very fine do while loop, and one more is for loop. How for loop will be? For loop is very simple. For initialization, then condition, then increment, decrement. Everything will be in the single line. Increment or decrement. Everything will be in the single line. Then block of the code we have to execute. Block of the statements you have to execute inside the loop. That is a for loop. Next, there is the one more iterator called for in. How for in is going to be working? So simple syntax I will tell now. For where object in array or collection. Yeah, in array. Now we will be having something like statements. We will be having something like a statements. Number of statements we are going to be having. That is for in. So let's check about the loops now. There are multiple kind of loops which are going to be available. loops.html. Let me try to write a script here, and this program name is loops, and the first one is a while loop. How to write while loop? Where I is equal to 0, I means index, and while I less than or equal to 10 or I less than or equal to 5. Sorry, this will be the equal to, and then I need to print the statements. Document.write I value is comma I. So I is going to be printing now. So I is going to be initializing with the 0. Then 0 less than or equal to 5 condition is going to be true. Whenever it is going to be true, the block of the code is going to be getting executing for us. Then after that, immediately I value is going to be incrementing I plus plus. Then I value is 1 less than or equal to 5 condition is satisfying. Then document.write will be printing. Then I incrementing by 2, I incrementing by 1, and value is 2 less than or equal to 5 condition satisfy, block of the code will be execute. Next 3 less than or equal to 5, yes, execute. 4 less than or equal to 5, execute. 5 less than or equal to 5, condition is not going to be satisfied. Whenever the condition is not going to be satisfied, loop is automatically terminating. This is basically about while loops. So let me check the output of the while loops now. Open in default browser. So we got not I value, so plus I. So we got where is the problem? Oh, sorry, I less than or equal to 5. Yes, we got the output. I value is 0, I value is 1, I value is 2, I value is 3, 4, and 5. Let me print a break now. Document.write, take a break. This break is going to be having something like breaking the line. Something like a breaking line. So how breaking line is working? I value is 1, I value is 2, I value is 3, 4, and 5. Till 5 it is going to be printing. After 5 the condition is not going to be satisfied. Then automatically loop is going to be getting terminating. This is what actually about a while loop. Then we will do the same concept in the while loop, do while also. This time it is do while. How do while is working? So do some statements. Before that, initialization is important. Int a is equal to 0, and do statements. Document.write a value is a comma a. Then document.write print break. So print work with the break tag. So what is the break tag? Break tag is going to be basically int a is equal to, okay, sorry, where a is equal to 0. Int is not work. This is not C programming, this is not C++ programming, this is JavaScript programming. In JavaScript programming, definitely we need to go with the where keyword to declare any variable. So where a is equal to 0, do document.write a value is a. Let me give the plus a. Then document.write break. Somewhere we got the issue. Okay, so let it be. We will check that. So then we need to write the while condition a less than or equal to 10, semicolon mandatory. This is while loop and do while loop. Then what is the output of the do while then? So somewhere we got the issue. Output is not coming. When output is not coming, we need to check, understand. Yeah, so we are not printing that a plus plus. Is missing. That is a problem. Basically, loop is not working. So now I value got printed 0 to 5, and a value is going to be printing 0 to 10. Why? Because of document.write HR. Let me take HR, guys. Okay, so this will be something like a horizontal row I'm taking. By the horizontal row, I can able to easily identify what is I value, what is a value, and all. I value coming from the loop, while loop, a value coming from the do while. Basically, both are same. Both are same. Is there any confusion with this? I don't know. Yes. And then we will move to the for loop. For loop. For loop. How for loop will be? For b is equal to 0, where b is equal to 0 and b less than or equal to 10 or 5, b less than or equal to 5 or 4, and semicolon b plus plus, b plus plus. Now for loop is going to be printing with different kind of things. Document dot write, and b value is comma b. Then that's it. This is not having rocket science. This is very simple, straightforward. Document dot write br slash br, and one more HR I will take after the do while also. After the do while, I'm taking the one more HR. That HR is going to be making the break for you, and automatically for loop is b. Okay. So I value coming from the while loop, do while is coming from the do while loop, a value coming from the do while loop, and b value coming from the for loop. Yes, we have the for loop, and from the for loop I want to print the array of data. So let me take array of data. Let me take one more HR. Now what I want to do, where fruits is equal to, we have the data already for the fruits somewhere. Yes, we don't, yeah, we have the data. Just copy the data and make it paste here. Fruits is something. Now what I need to do, for loop I want to do execute for where I is equal to 0. Index is going to be printing now. Index is going to be initializing now. I less than or equal to fruits dot length, then I plus plus, and I want to print each and every fruit. Document dot write then what is this I value? I want to print the I value. When I print the I value, basically we got I value 0 1 2 0 1 2. But the thing is I want to get the value. Whenever you want to get the value, we need to go for something. I is 0 now. 0 is nothing but index. So what I can do, fruits of I. From fruits, I want to get the index. First time it is going to be printing something. Second time it is going to be printing something. Third time it is going to be printing something. Apple, banana, orange, and undefined. Undefined nothing but we don't have less than or equal to, only less than we can go for. Apple, banana, orange we have. That is for loop. For loop is very simple, straightforward. Everything will be in the single statement where b is equal to 0, b less than or equal to 5, b plus plus. In the same way, we are writing for loop for the fruits also. Fruits having apple, banana, orange. For where I equal to 0, I less than or equal to fruits dot length, I plus plus. I is nothing but index. So otherwise, you can take like fruit. You can take fruit. Fruit is equal to 0, and fruits less than fruits dot length I plus plus. No, fruits plus plus, and fruits of fruit. Fruits are fruit. Very comfortable programming. Very comfortable programming. We are writing two programs for the for loop. So finally, the output of the for loop is going to be so apple, banana, orange. Nothing is going to be changed. The last one is going to be foreign. So how foreign will be work? We will see. The last one is foreign. I'm not writing the foreign here. So let me write the foreign now. For in. Okay, so took the same data, fruits data. What I want to do for where fruit, 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 in fruits, then I want to execute the block of the code. The block of the code is as usual common. I'm not changing anything, and take HR every time. HR is going to be making you divide the code, that code to this code. Why? Because of we are writing all the loops in the same program. So that is the why reason I'm going to be giving this and open in default browser. Default browser is going to be having apple, banana, orange, same iteration. Small thing actually done. The small thing is for loop we are using, for in we are using. For in also one iteration concept, that is fast enumeration, fast iteration from the for loop. When you compare with the for in is most faster, and which is going to be giving you the output very clear manner. Fast enumeration, yes. The next one is going to be, yeah, this is actually about the loops, and you try to work out multiple kind of things. First we will see while loop, then we done with the do while, then we done with the for loop, then we done with the for in. These are the multiple kind of loops. Then we go with the conditions, how conditions are going to be working. There are multiple conditions which are going to be available in the part of JavaScript. Conditions.html. Let me take a script is over. Inside this I want to go with the multiple condition. The first condition is if condition, second condition is if else, third condition is else if, fourth condition is switch. Okay, so let me work with the one by one all these particular condition. First condition is if condition. How if condition is going to be work, we will see now. How if condition is going to be work, we will see now. First one, if condition. So if condition is going to be work something like okay, so where marks is equal to something like 45. If marks is equal to 45, if marks are going to be equal with the 45 number, then you can write something like document dot write okay, document dot write okay. And the thing is we need to get understand, if is going to be checking only true statements, if checks only true statements, if checks only true statements, only true statements, that's it. So basically marks 45, but we are checking with 45 is equal to 45. Obviously output will be the okay. Why? Because of true statement working here. Only true statement is going to be working with the if something is not going to be equal, suppose for example marks not is equal to 55, marks basically 85. In this case you can't able to see the output in the browser. Why? Because of this block of the code is not executing. Whatever the block of the code we are writing here, that will be not executing. Whenever it is not executing, obviously you can't able to see any output. Why? Because of condition not satisfied. If condition got satisfied, I can able to go with the if or else something like marks basically 45, 45 double equal to 85, not possible. That is the why reason it is not working something in the browser. It is not going to be working with something some in the browser. Let me do one thing. I want to do the equal value. Equal value. When I give the equal value, when condition is going to be getting satisfied, obviously you can get the output as, obviously we will get the output as okay. Why? Because of if is checking only true statements. If it is true, then only execute. If it is not true, it will not check anything. For that there is one remedy. That remedy is if else. There is one remedy. That remedy is if else. What is if else? If else is going to be checking true and false. If else is checking checking true and false, true and false blocks. Okay, now I want to check with the marks. Marks is equal to 45 or 35. If marks is equal to 35, I want to print something. Document dot write marks. Okay, or okay. If it is not okay, go to the else part. Else part is else keyword. If is one block, if the condition whatever you are writing, if the condition is going to be satisfying, true block will be executed. If condition is not going to be satisfying, false block will be executed. This will be the true block. This will be the true block. This will be the false block. Inside the false block, what I want to show, false block. In this, what I want to show, document dot write not okay, not okay. So if is something, if he is going to be checking only true statements, if else is going to be checking true and false both, then what about else if? Else if I'm trying to writing the third one. Third one is else if. So how else if will be? Concept is same. Concept is same, but we need to check more and more conditions here. We need to check more and more, more and more, more and more, more and more true statements. Okay, so how to work this? For example, where marks is equal to something like 40. Then I'm trying to writing some condition if marks less than 35. If marks less than 35, he is going to be getting fail. Then document dot write something like fail. Marks less than or equal to 35, so he is failure, or less than 35, whatever, less than or equal to 35, less than 35. Okay, so this particular block is going to be executing with you, that is basically giving failure. Okay, let me give the marks 80. So anyway, marks less than 35. If marks less than 35, document dot write failure. Else if marks greater than 35 and marks less than 60 or 50, whatever, maybe 50, so he got a grade, document dot write so something like a second class. Else if one more thing I'm writing, marks greater than 60 and marks less than 85. So he is good, basically first class. He got first class. Else part, finally I want to write something. Concept is same, document dot write. This is the failure. This is the this is, yeah, second class. This is the first class. This will be the distinction. So basically we have the mocks 80. Which block of the code is going to be executing for us? Which block of the code is going to be executing for us? So first one is not, second one is not. Marks less than 35 is not satisfying, and marks greater than 35 and marks less than 50 not satisfying. Marks greater than 60 and less than 85, it is going to be satisfying. Then finally output will be the third one. This one is the output. This one is output. The output is going to be satisfying in this particular case. Why? Because of marks greater than 60, marks less than 85. That is the why reason it is going to be working with the output. Let me see the output of this program. So every time I need to take a break. So let me take a break. Why? Because of we are writing multiple statements. That particular statements are not going to be properly sit on the board. That is the why reason I'm writing break here and break here. Every time you are printing something, please go with the break. Please go with the break. Every time I'm giving the break. Then finally output will be very, very simple. First one is OK button. First one is OK. Then I need to take a OK button. Here also we have the breaker. For every statement took a break. Break writing is very simple. For every statement took a break. And then output is very, very clear. The first one is OK. Why? Because of 45 we are checking with the 45 number. 45 we are checking with the 45 number. That is the reason the first one is giving output for you OK button. OK output. Coming down. We have the if else document dot write okay. If condition, if marks is equal to 35, it is not going to be true. And basically marks 80. Marks 80. So why? Because of the else block is going to be working. Document dot write not okay. Document dot write not okay. And coming to the else if is very simple, straightforward. Checking number of true statements. If any statement is not going to be work properly, if any statement is going to be giving issue properly, not sorry, every situation is giving you issue. Obviously, we need to go with the different kind of loops. If, else if, and else if. Number of conditions we are going to be checking. If any condition is going to be apply or supply, automatically that block of the code is going to be executing in the browser. Now, what is the output of the program? The output of the program is very simple, straightforward, first class. Why first class came? Why first class came? This block of the code is executing somewhere. This block is going to be getting satisfied with your marks. That is the reason. That is the reason we got the output as. That is the reason my output as basically something like first class. Okay, so I hope everybody got to understand how the conditions are going to be working. If condition, if else if. And there is a one more condition which is called a switch condition. How switch condition is going to be working? Switch in JavaScript. The first block W3 schools got opened, and how the switch expression is going to be working. Let me take the same program for the switch. We try to execute the switch program also. This will be the switch. And inside the switch, first of all, he is going to be trying to accessing the date value. He is trying to do accessing a date value. So date method, which is going to be having some class called date, and that is having a method called get a day. Get a day is one method of the dates. Get a day is one method of the dates. So based on that particular situation, it is good. Program is going to be checking first condition satisfied or not, second condition satisfied or not, third condition satisfied or not. Why? Because of get a day is giving output. Get a day is going to be giving output Sunday to Saturday, Sunday to Saturday. And one more point we have to remember: Sunday always 0. Sunday is 0. One more point we need to remember: Saturday. Saturday is 7. So 0 to 7 we are going with Sunday 0, Monday 1, Tuesday 2, Thursday, 4th day, and 5th day. So the day is going to be printing for you. The day is going to be printing for you by the get day method. By the get day method. So finally, what is output now? I can't able to see any output from the. I can't able to see any output from the day. So okay, and document dot write day. Document dot write day. So every time try to remember this. Every time you are writing a program, document dot writes are very useful to understand the flow of the code. And then we need to have a break. So every time you have to print this one. Without printing, I can't able to see any output in the browser. Browser can understand only the DOM level elements. So I got given for each and every one. Even case 5 also I give, and even Saturday also. Saturday also I want to make it print those stress. And finally the output is what? My output is Wednesday. Why? Because of from date object we are trying to accessing get day method. Get day method is giving the date. The date is going to be something like Wednesday. Yes, today is Wednesday. Why? Because of 3 is going to be checking. 3 is going to be checking with the JavaScript date method. JavaScript day method. In JavaScript day, Sunday is 0, Saturday is 7. That is the terminology of JavaScript. So let's try to work with this, and we got Wednesday. That is fine. So we have the loops, we have the conditions now. We have the loops, we have the conditions now. and let us try to go with multiple things in the next class.